being 1 year into the program now, just where do you feel like you've grown the most over the past year, and what do you feel like, you'll have an opportunity to do this season?
Yeah, the biggest thing I think I've developed and improved on was blocking, because coming out of high school, I didn't really do much inline blocking. I pretty much played receiver. I was flex out all the time. So definitely blocking, and have to get better at that, so continue to grow in that aspect.
All righty, next up, let's go to Nathan Baird. Nathan.
I just kind of wanted to expound on that a little bit, Joe. Coming in as a guy who has more of a receiver background and then having to become a Big Ten tight end. I mean, what was maybe the biggest eye opener for you that first year or the first weeks or months on campus or with the team, as far as how big of a gap there was for you?
Kind of funny story. Like, very first practice, I was trying to cut off Zach Harrison, and he probably pushed me back like 10 yards in the backfield. And that's when I kind of realized I had to get my weight up, get stronger, and kind of get better in the blocking aspect.
All righty, let's go next to Austin Ward. Austin.
Joe, a lot of what you're describing with getting bigger physically, getting more solid as a blocker, sounds exactly like what Jeremy went through when he got here. How much how much does he talk to you about that process? I know you're in the same room, so I imagine it happens a lot, but describing his journey and how he's trying to help you.
Yeah, Jeremy's technically like my big brother, so I look up to him in a lot of ways, and he always helps me through things. And he's given me different ideas to help me gain weight, get stronger in the weight room, like tell me what his meal plan is, what he prepares, and that's definitely helped. So yeah, I look up to him, and he's been helping me through that.
All righty, we'll go next to Spencer Holbrook from Letterman Row. Spencer?
I guess going off of what Austin just asked, does that kind of give you some confidence to know that he was able to make that transition and make that jump to where he is now, and you can see yourself on a similar path?
Yeah, that's definitely helpful, knowing that he kind of went through what I'm going through, continuing. And Coach Wilson's also mentioned that Jeremy kind of was like me, a little skinnier coming out of high school, and definitely had to gain some weight to be successful blocking here. So yeah, that definitely helps.
All righty, we'll go next to Brendan Goulet, Buckeyes Now on SI.
Hey, Joe, I guess I'm interested most about, your impression of the last 12, 13, 14 months, and just how challenging that was for you as a first-year guy, and maybe how it made you stronger dealing with some adversity that was obviously beyond your control, and what you think you can, do now with that experience.
Yeah, so coming out of high school, I was kind of always just kind of show up and like do my thing, I guess, and be successful. But coming here, definitely have to work on many different things, like physically, mentally, spiritually, getting mind, body, and soul right. And then with COVID, that was tough. In the summer, like my first couple months here, I was kind of like all alone, quarantined with COVID, so that was tough. Getting used to things and having when it's not being normal. So definitely that, and just kind of getting the hang of how Coach Mick is and like what they expect in the weight room, and also like Coach Wilson out on the field.
All righty, we'll go next to Patrick Murphy. Patrick.
Joe, what's your expectation for yourself this year? Obviously, we know Jeremy's role, we know Cade's in there, but there seems to be an opportunity for that second tight end in 12 personnel. How do you see yourself kind of fitting in? What do you see your role in the offense being?
Well, first off, trying to get on the field somehow, so trying to get on like special teams as well. But yeah, I'd say I'm being more used as like an H-back, kind of more receiving tight end. So hopefully I can get in some snaps and like 12 if Jeremy's at Y or Cade, and kind of be more of like the receiving guy.
All righty, we'll do two more. We'll go first to Bill Rabinowitz. Bill.
Joe, I was kind of interested in your answer about the Zach Harrison thing. When he did that, what was that day, the rest of the day like for you? I mean, was it like, oh boy, what have I got myself into? Or was it like, how'd you deal with that?
It was like, I was like, wow. Then I realized like how hard I have to go, being a little undersized. So I definitely have to try to go harder than he is. And after that, I just kind of Coach Wilson just kind of looked at me, gave me a face, and just like telling me like, this is how it is. So but the rest of the day was fine. I didn't really let that bother me too much. So I was still trying to compete out there.
All right, thank you.
All righty, we'll wrap it up with Tim May. Tim.
Yeah, you probably know more than anybody just sitting there watching this guy, but why is Jeremy Ruckert, do you think, considered perhaps the best tight end in the country coming into the 2021 year? What have you seen about him that just stands out? If you had to explain to people what makes him different, what makes him special?
It's just obviously how he performs out on the field, that speaks for itself, but seeing him in practice every day, he's always trying to get better. If there's like a problem on a player, an issue, he always comes back and tries to talk to Coach Wilson to figure it out. And just all the little things, like he's always in the training room, getting his body right, eating right, and just trying to stay healthy. And he's just a good guy, just all around.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to click on that subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing, and come visit us over at BuckeyeGrove.com for all the best Ohio State information on the web.